I know you're out there. I can feel you now. I know that you're afraid. You're afraid of us. You're afraid of change. I didn't come here to tell you how this is going to end. I came here to tell you how it's going to begin. I'm going to hang up this phone, and then I'm going to show these people what you don't want them to see. I'm going to show them a world without you. A world without rules and controls, without borders or boundaries. A world where anything is possible.
Welcome back to New Day Spirituality. This is a sparkling one. This is our 2024 World Predictions, Part 2. The scientific community is spoon-feeding us information on this Apophis asteroid, but information has been coming out during the hypnosis sessions. There's going to be a meteor shower, and it's going to affect the northern hemisphere of the Earth. In the past few months, I've seen 3 to 4 asteroids falling in the sky. I've never seen this many asteroids falling in the sky. Already begun. When I was remote veering for World War III, we saw that Mr. Putin, he's aware of this asteroid, and he's preparing for this asteroid, as are many of the world leaders. China and Russia are going to take direct hits, as well as Canada and some part of America. I'm not sure exactly. I know that some people have had dreams about the East Coast being affected, but I know for sure China, Russia, Canada, and some parts of America will be affected by this meteor shower. I do feel like as the time nears, they're going to have to tell us more, because we're going to see them in preparation for this. As the time nears, Russia is going to be the leader of a joint initiative to handle this problem of this asteroid. More than likely, Mr. Putin is wanting to have this laser weapon in space so that when the time nears, we will have an option of diverting this asteroid away from a direct collision with Earth. And that will be 2029. At that time, Russia and China will be the superpowers, and they will need to basically lead this collaboration of the world's best minds in order to deal with this global threat. I also believe that they're going to build a platform on the ocean as well, where they will mount this very large laser weapon. I believe that construction of this has already begun. They may even be utilizing an existing oil platform and reconstructing it into a base for this laser weapon to deter this Apophis. Every time I use my cards to look into the situation and I ask about the outcome of the 2024 election, I see the King of Pentacles winning the election. I now believe that that King of Pentacles is Mr. Trump, because he is the money guy. He's the property guy. So he could very easily be described as a King of Pentacles. And we also have another candidate in the race that is a Virgo. He's an earth sign. So, but the cards clearly say that the King of Pentacles will be the winner of the 2024 presidential election. Yes, they may try to do mail-in ballots. They're going to try to cause some type of national emergency where the country needs to be locked down and Joe Biden may have to stay in office. Eventually, the King of Pentacles will assume the role of president. Unfortunately for the American population, there are no viable candidates for presidency. With Ron DeSantis, I saw something very disturbing. I actually saw him in his home with his family under duress because there were people there they were threatening him and his family with a weapon to their heads. This election, the cabal has a lot riding on this election. They want to own every candidate that has a significant chance of winning. So who will be Donald Trump's choice of running mate? This will be potential Vice President of the United States. When I ask the tarot, I get the Queen of Cups, and I believe that this is Elise Stefanik. She is a New York Congresswoman, chairperson of the House Republican, and she has been an ally of Mr. Trump from the beginning. Donald Trump speaks highly of her, and she is actually a water sign. She is a Cancer. I've always taken a neutral stance on Trump on this channel, but I've had some revelations about Donald Trump. I wanted to confirm if the things that he has been accused of in his past were true or not. And the tarot answered yes. He did those things. Horrible things. Things in line with that lower nature of the King of Pentacles. Money was his priority. And he gave himself over to his lower nature. And I also wanted to know if this rumor that he has a clone, I wanted to know if that was true. And the answer I got was no, he does not have a clone. So I am no longer on the fence about this individual. I believe that he has sold out. And the final telltale sign that Donald Trump is aligned with darkness, the dark side, is his support, his unconditional support for the state of Israel, which is a nest of dragons. Okay, literally. Please go and watch my videos about the hidden hands behind Hamas and Israel on my Patreon, all the way back to when these people were expelled from Egypt, because that's truly when this story begins. In the last video, I expressed concern for his safety. I'm actually leaning towards him being in on it. Like, you know how people can fake their deaths? I think he's going to be the actor that he is and play his part, play his role to the fullest.
So somebody had to do it. I am the chosen one. Somebody had to do it. So
there's technology to bring him back. And all of this will fall in line with the book of Revelation, the role of the Antichrist, where he is wounded in his head, yet lived. I got flashing images of a scientist wearing a lab coat. There's an exam table right in front of its metal, and there is a hunk of flesh on the table in front of scientists. Donald Trump is here watching this scientist do this demonstration on this hunk of flesh. The scientist is saying that this is the amount of flesh that he needs in order to recreate the entire organism. And Trump is impressed with this. It sounds wild, but I have to tell you guys what I saw. I am no longer neutral on Trump. He's working for the cabal. This country of America has never been as divided as it is now. What tasks did the cabal give Mr. Trump to carry out? And there are two main tasks: to divide and prime the country of America for a civil war. And the second one is to ensure that they get their World War III. They're going to play this out on live TV, and I wanted to know who they would blame for this. I got Africa. I was expecting Iran or, someone from the Middle East, but no, very clearly Africa. Sudan. We're having a lot of migrants coming across the border. I don't know why they would want to blame this on Sudan or like these northern African country. Maybe they're wanting to get in there and steal some resources. I'm not sure. So watch out, Northern Africa. Watch out, Sudan, for being blamed for something, that your country didn't do. But yes, stay out of his rallies. And there's also this agenda to get this female president in office. They're going to be calling for the drafting of college students. They want to force Russia's hand, and they're going to get it. And they want chaos in the streets. They want this civil war. They want to blame someone for this. I can confirm that the white hats are real. And I have a message from them that that's going to be the next video I release right after this one. But no, Trump is not to be trusted. But yes, I would recommend that you guys stay away from this entire thing, because I've been feeling for a long time that they're planning a huge ritual. That's essentially what voting for president is. Casting your ballot is a huge ritual. Just look up the layout of Washington, D.C. for yourselves. They're planning mass chaos. If you do insist on expending your energy on this, vote for Dr. Shiva, someone that actually has the best interests of humanity in mind. Speaking of chaos, if you are still living in a major city right now, it's time to leave. Every major Western city is in a state of disintegration, a descent into what appears to be chaos, but we know it's designed that way. They're allowing illegal immigrants to flood the major cities. The Western economies are collapsing. This is all designed to create chaos at such a level that people will beg for something to be done. They will beg and demand a solution. And here is the ready-made solution. This is what they've been developing for quite some time. These are robotic police force. Robotic police foreshadowed in the movie RoboCop. I saw this robotic police standing guard at a corner store in a major city somewhere. I also saw a robotic task force that drives around in what looks like a Tesla truck with Lamborghini doors, all bulletproof. They're working on these right now. They're releasing these small prototypes, or these non-threatening looking prototypes, just to not spook the herd, but that's what they're setting all this up for, more control. There is really no fighting these things because they're bulletproof. They're essentially Terminators. The fashion for 2024 is going to be inspired by the fashion of the ancient worlds. I received this prediction as a download sitting at my computer one day, and then shortly thereafter, scrolling down Instagram, and I saw that Khloe Kardashian had posted a photo shoot based off of inspired by ancient Egypt. This was confirmation for me. The brain chips. There was a TV show called The Outer Limits. There's an episode called Stream of Consciousness. It's from 1997. The episode is about a virus that starts deleting these people that have received a brain chip, and it's a common thing in their society that most of everyone received a brain chip. Now, a virus set loose, and these people that have received the brain chip, they become deleted. I'll leave a link to this episode because it is interesting episode. This is a time of the future where books are outdated. No one reads books anymore because everyone is basically neurally hooked up to the supercomputers. Okay, and they can instantly download any information that they need right directly into their brains. We have Starlink, basically covering the entire world. I was driving and I sort of slipped into an altered state of consciousness. I could literally sense and feel a future reality superimposed over everything I was seeing in the car at that moment. I felt very relaxed. I felt like I had melded with my vehicle, like I was at one with my vehicle. And we were almost like floating down the road together. It was actually a great feeling. It was very, very cool. I had an epiphany of what that was about. These brain chips, they're going to allow a person to become one with their technology. We have self-driving cars now, but these cars of the future will be connected to you via brain chip. There's no steering wheel. Operate the car with your brain power. Everything around you will be linked to you via your brain chip. Get out of your car and pull up to your smart house, and the doors open with just a thought. You think open door, and the door is open. You step inside, you think turn on the lights, and the lights turn on. So as you can imagine, this will lure a lot of people. People will be signing up to get the brain chip. But there's a dark side. They're hinting at this dark side. They're hinting at what they can do to you once you have received this brain chip. You have become a remote-controlled human. I do have a couple of more predictions, but I'm going to put them in part 3 because I want to finish editing and get this video up because of the attacks that I've been under right now. They've been attacking my computer files, so I want to just rush this through to completion. For now, it's 2:21 a.m. March 16th, 2024. I want to go ahead and get this posted and then work on part 3. In part 3, I want to talk about the remote viewing that I did for the Mahdi. The Mahdi is the Islamic end times savior. And also my prediction for the fall of mainstream media as we know it, to be replaced by something new. I love you guys, and I will see you soon in the next video.